top 10 coldest states in America. It's getting pretty cold in the UK. A lot of you guys are telling me it's getting really cold in America as well. So I thought, you know what? Let's just check out the coldest states in America. Before we do get into this video, a lot of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. It would mean the world if you guys can hit that subscribe button down below. Yeah, let's jump straight to this and see what we got.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the world according to Briggs. We are in the dead of winter as I record this video, and I thought we could take a look at what states are the coldest on average. Now, I'm sure there's some dude in Minnesota whose nuts froze to his inner thigh while he was checking the mail last week, and he already thinks it's Minnesota. Well, he might be right. You gotta watch the video to find out. If you
surely number one's Alaska, right?
you know anything about geography, you glanced at a globe, stayed awake during a science class once, or just have some good old-fashioned common sense, you know the further you get away from the equator, it gets colder. Countries, states, and cities that are closer to the equator have warmer climates. In the United States, the northern states are further from the equator, thus have colder temperatures on average. Now, this is where some kid wants to explain to us how I'm wrong because it was really, really cold when he visited his grandparents near Reno, Nevada one time. And I'm obviously wrong, and Briggs is lying to you because it's cold in Reno, and Reno's in Nevada. It just goes...
Yo, isn't Nevada like a desert? Bro, how would that be a top 10 coldest state?
So let's see what states are the coldest.
Number 10.
Number 10, Idaho and Michigan. That's right, Idaho and Michigan shared the number 10 spot. You almost live in Canada, so there's no buffer states between you and those Arctic winds that come howling out of Canada. The trade-off is you're just a short drive from cheaper prescription drugs, so that's something. The average temperature for Idaho and Michigan is 44.4 degrees Fahrenheit or 6.9 Celsius. Winter in some parts of Michigan begins well before Thanksgiving and can stay past Easter. This is a lot of fun for like the first week. After that, you're just...
Yo, that was beautiful, bro. You know what? This is the kind of video that's going to make me like feel more colder than I already am just by watching it.
Dealing with it. Idaho winters in the northern chimney section get a little rough, but they have good skiing and more Californians are moving there every single day. So
I'd love
that's
to go
something.
skiing.
Idaho people are very excited about this. They want
Wait. People from California are moving here? Is that going from like hot to cold?
Californians there. Just ask any of something. Idaho people are very excited about this. They want Californians there. Just ask any of them. So Californians, if you're looking for a new state, head on up to Idaho. They want you.
Number 9.
Number 9, New Hampshire. There's a certain type of weird that comes with living in an area that has the potential to get over 70 inches of snow a year. Now, if that doesn't bother you, that much snow, congratulations, you're weird enough for New Hampshire. There's a lot of snow in this state. The Granite State gets cold. The Travel Channel claims they're the winter wonderland. That's what they call them. They have every winter activity you can do. That includes getting lost on a hike and freezing to death in New Hampshire. Yeah, that happens a couple times a year there. New Hampshire's average temperature...
Yo, this would be a good place to go like during Christmas. Get a cabin, you know what I mean, during Christmas time. That'd be good.
Is 48.3 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's 6.6 Celsius.
It's not the worst.
Wisconsin. There's a reason Wisconsin does a lot of drinking. Alcohol helps warm up the human body, and it helps the human body get through persistently gray, soul-crushing skies that seem to last the entire winter. When you're near a large body of water, the average temperature dips. Wisconsin has Lake Superior to the north, which is a large body of water, and Lake Michigan to the east, which is an equally large body of water. They get cold. Watch a Green Bay Packer home game any November or December. Look at how miserable the players are. And don't judge the cold by what the fans are doing. They're drunk out of their gourd and sometimes take their shirt off in 10-degree weather to prove some point. But at least they've got headgear, and it's usually a slice of cheese. The average temperature in Wisconsin is 43.1. That's 6.2 Celsius.
Yeah, they're saying average temperature, like really cold, is 6.2 Celsius, right? I wonder what the UK average is. I seen a video the other day where it was like the coldest average because it was like snowy video. It was like top snowy. I think it was like the 5 states colder than the UK. And it was comparing it. I think the average, yeah, it was the average coldest. If that makes sense. The way this is just average. So I wonder what the UK average is.
Number 7, Vermont. Vermont has some seriously brutal winters, with most areas averaging 8 foot of snow a year. The people of Vermont feel strange when they aren't driving something with chains on the wheels. The good news is Vermont, like New Hampshire, has some of the best skiing on the East Coast.
That'd be good.
I do find I find several things strange about Vermont, but one of them is that one of the best ice cream companies is from Vermont, Ben & Jerry's. You'd think coming from one of the coldest states, they would have been working on something to improve like warmth or like hot.
Yeah, like he's about to say, but hot chocolate, coffees, cup of teas, I don't know, bro. Somewhat warm, but ice cream in the coldest state? What is going on?
Cocoa. When was the last time hot cocoa got a makeover? What, marshmallows? How long ago was that? Now, more recently, Vermont Senator John Rogers' brain got frozen, and he sponsored... More recently, Vermont Senator John Rogers' brain got frozen, and he sponsored a bill that would make it illegal to own a cell phone under the age of 21. It didn't happen, obviously. That's nuts. Moving on, the average temperature in the Green Mountains.
Bro, he was gonna try and make it illegal under the age 21 to not have a cell phone. Like, I would low-key understand if it was like under the age of like 14, right? So like kids, do you know what I mean? But under 21, yo, imagine, bro, you're 18 years old and you're not allowed a phone. Oh wow, that would be bad, bro. That would be
date is 42.9 degrees Fahrenheit and 6.1 Celsius.
Yeah, lower.
Number 6, Montana. Did you know that the Continental Divide can create very different weather at the same time on different sides of Montana? During the winter, it's very common for areas east of the Continental Divide to be in a deep freeze, like well below zero, everything's white, that type of thing.
Really?
And over in Missoula, the temperatures can be 50 degrees warmer, no wind chill, nothing. It's really weird. Did you also know that for years, Hollywood celebrities...
What, is that because of how big it is? Bro, how is like one half of the state freezing cold and the other half of the state is like warmer? Like, bro, what?
These have gotten confused and thought chill nothing. It's really weird. Did you also know that for years, Hollywood celebrities have gotten confused and thought Montana was part of Eastern California? Those are the two things I learned from an older gentleman from Cut Bank, Montana on an Amtrak train 2 years ago. He also said Montana winters can make or break a person. He told me if you last 3 or 4 Montana winters, you'll never be able to live anywhere else. It gets in your blood. The average temperature for the year in Montana is 42.7 degrees. That's 5.9 Celsius.
Oh, wow.
Number 5,
We're in the fives now.
A bad winter in Wyoming might be worth...
Wait, this don't make sense to me, right? So, like, in my head, the more northern you are, the colder the state is, right? So how we've just gone from Montana, which is more northern than Wyoming, but Wyoming is colder than Montana. What? Like, what's going on?
Worth it just to see the Grand Tetons. In 5, Wyoming. A bad winter in Wyoming might be worth it just to see the Grand Tetons in the snow. The picture doesn't really do it justice. This is another state that feels the Chinook winds out of Canada pretty hard. It gets so cold you start regretting going to the gym and losing that weight during the summer. Winters in Wyoming are usually long and cold. January is usually the coldest month. Around that time, the minimum temperatures are between 5 and 10 degrees. There's some mild times where it might get up to 50.
What did you say?
Temperatures are between 5 and 10 degrees. There's some mild times where it might get up to 50. That's about it. You get in the valleys, it gets even colder. The average temperature in Wyoming is 42 degrees Fahrenheit and 5.6 Celsius.
Wow. Average temperature.
4, Minnesota. Winter in Minnesota is characterized by cold, very cold, like below freezing. Unplug your freezer, put it on the back porch to save money on utilities cold, because it's going to do the same thing. Snow is always in fashion in Minnesota, but freezing rain, sleet, and occasional normal rain are all possible during the winter months in Minnesota. Parts of northern Minnesota see 170 inches of snow in the winter. 170 inches. That's as tall as me standing on my own shoulders with my hands above my head, and I'm still 20 inches short. The average temperature in Minnesota is 41.2 degrees Fahrenheit and 5.1 Celsius.
Bro, is this average temperature all year round, or is this average temperature during the winter? Because if it's all year round, that is mad.
Number 3, Maine. More than 80% of Maine's land is forested. There are entire huge 1,000-mile patches of land that are uninhabited or barely inhabited. And that's because northern Maine has winters that polar bears would try and avoid. The coast and the southern section where people actually live have more moderate winters thanks to the Atlantic. You know, the winters are cold, but prolonged extreme cold spells are rare. Average annual snowfall in Maine is 50 to 70 inches along the coast and 60 to 120 inches inland, but that northern section, it is rough. The average temperature in Maine is 41 degrees Fahrenheit, 5.0 Celsius.
Okay,
Number 2.
That was mainland, right? But like, what about north? What about the northern Maine? How bad is that?
North Dakota. A North Dakota winter is as cold and unforgiving as a lover you've wronged. That's what a drill sergeant told me once. At 19 years old, I thought to myself, who on earth would be this man's lover? But I still wrote it down in my journal I was keeping. 3 or 4 years later, I started dating my ex-girlfriend's cousin. She kicked a dent in my car door, threw a book at my head, and called my barracks to inform them I was doing drugs. I was
Yo, that is wild territory you're going into there, bro. Bro, you're dating your ex-girlfriend's cousin? Yo, you're wild.
In my car door, threw a book at my head, and called my barracks to inform them I was doing drugs. I wasn't, but I still had to take a pee test once a week for 2 months. As I was filling up that last test cup, I thought to myself, it must be cold in North Dakota. Snow is the main form of winter precipitation in North Dakota, and it's brutal. Freezing rain, ice, sleet, it's all there. You get all of them there. That open prairie, it's rough in North Dakota. The average temperature for North Dakota is 40.4 degrees Fahrenheit, 4.7 Celsius.
Wow. Alaska.
And number 1, Alaska. If you didn't see this one coming, you don't read, watch TV, or really talk to people. Alaska is cold. Every movie that had anything to do with Alaska prior to 1980 involved an igloo and some Eskimos, and the occasional toothless prospector that was angry about something. Alaska winters are harsh. The entire state can be cloaked in a blanket of snow for months at a time, and they go days with little or no sunshine. Alaska's second largest town, Fairbanks, will reach temperatures of minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit nearly every single winter. Snowfall throughout the state varies significantly. Some of them.
That is beautiful, though. This view right here of the trees is stunning.
Mountainous regions receive 1,000 inches a year. 1,000 inches. I'm not even going to try and compare that to anything. That's 1,000 inches of snow. That's crazy. The average temperature for Alaska is 26.6 degrees Fahrenheit and minus 3 Celsius.
Wow. Yeah, bro, listen, if you live in Alaska, I know quite a few of you do, right?
All right.
Fair dues to you lot, because that is crazy, bro. How cold it is all year round. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it myself. Like, it's beautiful, don't get me wrong. I've seen so many videos where it's like most beautiful states and stuff. Alaska's up there. So I kind of get it. It's beautiful. And apparently they pay you to live there as well, which is mad. But yeah, it is too cold for me, bro. Like, it is way too cold. But that was a really good video. Enjoyed that. Let me know if you guys are from any of those states, and let me know how cold it's getting this winter. If you guys want to show me some pictures as well, head over to my Instagram, _, and you guys can send me some pictures of the snow or whatnot, or whatever you want to send. It's really cool checking out the photos you guys send. But yeah, that was a great video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to thumbs up, subscribe for more content. I'm live every single day on twitch.tv/LFWG if you guys want to check me out over there. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.